The iPhone 13 Pro cameras aren't a huge revolution over the iPhone 12 Pro Max, but there are a few key tweaks that's got a pro photographer like me nice and excited. Here then has what's got me popping. I've used the iPhone 12 Pro Max since it launched, and I've been frequently blown away by the quality of images that I can take with it. And that's especially true when I'm shooting in ProRes and editing my shots in apps like Adobe Lightroom. So I was very interested to hear that Apple has made its main image sensor even bigger and given it a wider f1.5 aperture. Now those two things will let in and capture more light, and as you might know, more light means better looking photos. And that telephoto zoom has been bumped from 2.5 to 3 times. Now I use a telephoto zoom on my iPhone a lot, particularly with landscape photography, when I can zoom in to find those more interesting compositions that might be lost if I just shot everything with a super wide angle lens. Still, it's not a huge upgrade to that zoom range, and I would have liked to have seen Apple push the boat out even further, maybe competing with the amazing 10 times optical zoom that Samsung did with the S21 Ultra. Then there's a super wide lens which also has a wider aperture for much better night mode photos. That is welcome news, as the 12 Pro Max's super wide lens was not all that sharp when it came to low light shots. And that super wide lens also has a new macro function allowing you to take shots up to 2 centimeters away from your subject. Now I love macro photography, and I regularly spend hours crawling through the undergrowth trying to find little things to take photos of, so I'm definitely really keen to see how the 13 Pro's camera compares to my actual macro setup. But it's the video skills that have been given possibly the biggest updates here. Now I've shot hours of video with my 12 Pro Max, and I regularly use it as my main vlogging tool for my own photography YouTube channel. Now the 13 Pro's wider apertures and larger sensors will already go some way to increasing the quality of your video, but there are some other neat tricks, including the new cinematic mode, which should help add an extra professional touch to your video. In cinematic mode, the camera will dynamically hold focus on a person's face as they move through the scene. If they then gaze away from the camera, the focus will move as well, exactly as a pro focus puller would shift the focus on a cinematic shoot. But that focus and depth data isn't baked into your video. You can actually go back and edit the amount of bokeh around your subject and where the focus is after you've shot the video. I'm also super excited to hear that Apple ProRes will come to the iPhone 13 Pro later this year. For those of you not too familiar, Apple ProRes is a video codec that compresses the video file but still retains excellent image and color data, and that allows for much better control when it comes to post-processing. ProRes is frequently used on feature films and commercials, but it's the first time we'll have seen it on a phone. The 13 Pro will be able to shoot 4K ProRes footage at 30 frames a second, and I honestly can't wait to see what sort of cinematic quality you'll be able to get from a phone. Am I keen to see if I can give my little weekend YouTube channel a major cinematic overhaul? Damn right I am. Of course, that brighter, faster display will help if you're shooting in sunny conditions. The max 1TB storage will be great for storing all of that 4K ProRes video. And I guess that new A15 Bionic processor is the beating heart that's allowing all of the capture of that high-res video. So, another welcome addition. So no, the 13 Pro is not a revolution over the 12 Pro Max, and I suppose in a way I am a bit disappointed not to have seen a bigger zoom. But the 12 Pro Max was already superb for photography. The 13 Pro takes all of those elements that made it so great and gives each one a boost. And it may not be worth the upgrade if you're running a 12 Pro Max already, but if you've got an older phone and you're looking for the ultimate in quality for images and video, then the iPhone 13 Pro may well be the phone for you. But what do you think to Apple's new flagships? Am I right to be excited as a photographer, or should I be looking elsewhere? Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure to keep it CNET for a lot more.